Around a year ago, I made the first video on my channel that would feature this Roblox game. A Roblox game that has infinite replayability. You can play it over and over again. Now, before I dive in, the things that I'll be explaining about the game in this video are PC oriented. So, if you play on console or on your mobile device, you can still watch it, you just won't find the proper explanations for the mechanics here. The game was made public around 2022, but this video isn't a timeline video, so if you want that, you can check out this video by this guy. And let me know if you like this type of editing, because I don't want to be those typical YouTubers that do gaming documentaries. I want to make something new, something fresh, something to bring us back to the glory days of YouTube. Okay, back to the script. Alright, so what is this game with infinite replayability? It's this game called The Strongest Battlegrounds. Now let me share you my perspective on this, because my opinion isn't just because it's a haha funny punch game. I'll have the 3 important W's helping me out, okay? Let me find the thumbs up emote. 3 important W's. What is the game about? Why can this game be replayed over and over again? And where can you find it? The Strongest Battlegrounds is a fighting game, but what makes it different from any other fighting game on Roblox? When you first enter the game, you're greeted with 3 pretty noticeable things. The map, 4 moves on the bottom, and an empty bar above the 4 moves. In this game, you're mainly there to fight other players by choosing one character out of many, and each character have different movesets. It's a fighting game that's best played with the shift lock camera. To use shift lock, you can press escape on your keyboard in the game and then go to the settings tab and you can enable it there. A third person camera that allows you to control it just like how you would in first person. The Strongest Battlegrounds has its own unique mechanics. When you enable auto run by clicking on the gear icon on the top left, it erases the need to press W twice to start running. So hold W normally and you'll automatically run. Now these elements of the game that I'm about to tell you are what makes the game distinctively fun and its contribution to its replayability. Ready? Dashing. While you run and move around, you're able to implement these moves by pressing Q. You can dash to the right, D and Q. Dash to the left, A and Q. Do a backward somersault to avoid getting hit, S and Q. And of course, doing a front dash and then punching someone at the end, W and Q. You can do it while moving your mouse too. You can right side dash behind the opponent or left side dash behind the opponent, or you can do a backward somersault to get behind the opponent. And of course, getting behind someone to hit them by moving your mouse in a front dash. This game enables for so many possibilities, combos, and unpredictability. You can side dash to the now knockback player, hit them to stun them and continue to hit them, and then make them ragdoll. What's ragdoll? I'll show you. Hit the player 3 times and then nothing happens, but if you hit the player 4 times then the player falls. During the time where the player falls, the only way to get back up quickly is by dashing to the right or to the left. And that process is called ragdoll canceling. The ragdoll mechanic has its variations and it's very useful. For example, hit the player 3 times and on the 4th time, hold spacebar and your left mouse button at the same time and you'll do an uppercut. But you can also hit the player 3 times, jump, and then you can click your left mouse button for the 4th move and you'll do a down slam. These little intricate details are what makes this game replayably amazingly awesome. That's not a word. Combine your character's ability with the ragdoll system I talked about earlier and you can do things like they pour in these amazing animations, so if you're someone who doesn't play fighting games or you specifically haven't played The Strongest Battlegrounds, when you manage to land a really sick ultimate move, you'll be like, eh? Alright, so we covered what the game is about. A fighting game with a unique hand-to-hand combat system that goes perfectly with the moves that they have to offer to a variety of characters, in a large map with tons of people, and it's a free-for-all that has no rules. Really cool animations, endless combo possibilities, elements that make the game unpredictable, and so we'll elaborate on that with the second W. Why can this game be replayed over and over again? When you first start out, just like how you would start out in anything, you'll be clueless and a beginner. Watching this video for the first time won't instantly make you an absolute god at this game. It's also not a tutorial. I talk about replayability assuming that you have this positive outlook. This game is so satisfying once you've got the mechanics down. Everything just goes well with each other. At the time of recording, the game's concurrent players are at a number of 226,000? And their emote system, where you get 50 kills and that grants you a new emote, it's so fun. The Strongest Battlegrounds can also be a hangout game? It has this essence of unpredictability. While it isn't a sandbox game that allows you to build whatever you want. Oh, wait. You've only seen the public servers. There's a specific game mode where if you click on the clashing swords icon, it transports you to duels. Duels are basically 1v1s and 2v2s, set in a different map. They also have rank that resets every period of time. Fight with another player in a completely different map. In 1v1s, you have 2 lives. Once you lose 1 life, a red overlay will appear on your screen indicating that this is your last life. Lose that life, and you lose the match. In 2v2s, you fight with a teammate or a friend, against another team consisting of 2 players with the same rules as before. You have 2 lives, your teammate has 2 lives, your opponents have each 2 lives. Whichever team gets wiped out first, that team will lose the match. And in public servers, you can team with others and start a whole war there. But like, sometimes people just like team to bully and that ruins the fun. Unless you want to do this. And then there's blocking by holding F. It's really important. It's a mechanic in the game that allows you to negate damage from certain moves, especially negating punches and front dashes. But people can bypass this by simply going behind them. But the blocker can bypass that by turning around. Or you can even completely ditch the fighting and make friends. Or you can fight a giant crab boss, where if you kill it and quickly spam in the character section you deal the most damage, you'll be able to get to be the giant crab boss. Isn't that crazy? I don't think I've seen a YouTuber make a video about the Strongest Battlegrounds in this way, and I'm sure the explanations on the mechanics and how the game works can be a little more detailed, but if it was, my next upload will be next Christmas. I can't go that long without uploading. My fans will murder me. That doesn't apply to you. In the end, a game's replayability depends on your creativity. Oh wait, I forgot to answer the last question. Where can you find the game? It's on Roblox.